Baldur's Gate 3, terribly explained by an idiot. Act 2 edition. Real quick though, if you haven't watched my first video on terribly and beautifully explaining Baldur's Gate, I have a link down below. You enter the black anus of the shadow-cursed lands and are greeted by a goblin. The goblin asks you if you're a true soul. You say something retarded and head on down to chat it up with the rest of the goblins. You use a loot you didn't realize you had to summon a demonic spawn of all things evil, unholy, and just simply grotesque. Spider-Man. No, this Spider-Man. Ugh. Imagine finding that on your ceiling. You follow Spider-Man because he's got a nice lamp that is fueled by the torment of a gassy Tinkerbell. Halfway through the pleasant stroll in the spooky lands, you and Spider-Man get ambushed by harpies. And they want the fancy lamp that's keeping you and Spider-Man safe. But you hate looking at Spider-Man, so you help the harpies kill Spider-Man. And the goblins. The harpies fiend over the lamp and yell at you, then tell you to go to Last Inn, the most lively place in town. You arrive at the hustling and bustling Last Inn. A mommy kink concert doesn't like you showing up in her town and traps your legs with some silly vines. You convince her that you're a PogChamp guy. She lets you go. You go out on a date. She spikes the drinks with truth serum. You truthfully flirt for a bit and you set off to kill J.K. Simmons. You arrive at J.K. Tower. You waltz on in to witness J.K. Simmons getting penetrated by a goblin. But he's immortal, so he just unpenetrated himself and murders the goblin. He leaves and you follow to find out how he's an immortal because you're jealous. You're so jealous. His green henchwoman wants you to retrieve something very special to J.K. Simmons. The Night Song. You head out to get the Night Song in hopes to murder J.K. Simmons. You enter the dungeon that the Night Song should be inside. Murder a few sets of armor. Meet a silly dead-looking guy that is fat. And convince a demon to kill his people, his pet, and then you tell him to kill himself. And he does. With very little hesitation, might I add. But this is no ordinary dungeon. It is a dungeon of the goddess of very dark gray and sadness. Shadowheart likes dark gray and sadness, and she's really into the trials the party must do to get to the bottom and retrieve the Night Song. And once you get down to the bottom, you jump into a pool, a dark pool, and you are transported into the abyss. While you admire the scenery, the fat, dead-looking guy floats over you and towards the Night Song. Very rude. So you chase him. You jump over to find out that the Night Song is a cracked-faced muscle mommy, and she's giving J.K. Simmons the immortal juice. You kill the dead-looking fat man and free the Night Song. The Night Song says you're poggers. You like that. And she flies away to kill J.K. Simmons. You follow her to J.K. Tower and fight the Total Loot Army with the help of the Harpies and Mommy Kink Causer. You get to the roof and battle the now immortal J.K. Simmons with the help of the cracked-faced muscle mommy. J.K. Simmons cowers and cries like a little barber, boy, and smacks the ever-loving frick out of the cracked-faced muscle mommy and takes her away into a hentai dungeon. Oh man. You follow them down. It's pretty gross. You find J.K. Simmons after killing a few hentai monsters. You re-release the Night Song and beat the frick out of him again. Then he turns into a big bony monster. And then you kill him another time. The crack-faced muscle mommy stomps on J.K. Simmons' dead body while throwing a temper tantrum. Then your dream lover comes out to tell you some funny things, but those things aren't important. Now that you've killed J.K. Simmons, you apparently have to kill 2 more people. A psychopathic baddie that worships the god of balls, and a so-called handsome man. He's not handsome, I'll let you know. He worships Bane. You nearly adopted the dog. I was born in it, molded by it. Aww. But they're in Bald Man's Gate. So you head out to the Bald Man's Gate. To be continued again.